But this is my cheat sheet for Thursday, February the 16th. If you, if friends, family have participated in a foreclosure, not exactly the most fun thing to have suffered through, I do want you to revisit that paperwork for one reason in particular. You have a deadline of July 31st. It actually has been extended. The original deadline was going to be April 31st, or April 30th rather, but you have until the end of July now to have your case reviewed for free by officials so they can see if you're eligible for anything. You know how we just had the settlement with a lot of the larger banks that could entitle people who were victims of illegal practices in the whole robo-signing foreclosure deal $2,000? So if your paperwork was done wrong, you could be entitled to $2,000 there. But beyond that, there's even another settlement that took place with some banks that didn't receive as much attention last year. You also might be eligible for something coming out of that settlement. So if you want to be eligible to see if you are entitled to any compensation, you have to have your paperwork reviewed, and you have to have that done by the end of July. Steps on how to get that done, and again, it's a free process, are on my physical cheat sheet. So go to my physical cheat sheet, read up on it, and go from there. All right, so the European debt crisis. To this point, we've been doing a lot of talking about it, but we haven't necessarily seen a whole lot of action here in the United States as a result of it. That could be getting ready to change. There could be sweeping downgrades that hit European banks, but also a handful of U.S.-based banks, including banks that you may do business with. Among banks that could be looking at a steep credit downgrade as a result of the European debt crisis, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, UBS, and Bank of America, one time the largest bank in the United States of America. And keep in mind, the Bank of America is still dealing with the weight of the whole countrywide financial deal and their whole mortgage mess. They're one of the big pieces of the mortgage settlement that just took place a couple weeks ago. So this could end up having some consequences. Now, does this mean it's not safe to do business with these banks? No, I don't think this is going to push anybody over the edge. But it definitely is something we need to keep an eye on, because the last thing that we can afford in our fragile economy here are some of our big banks in an unhealthy place financially. We remember what that was like. All right, airfare. Not good news here. Southwest went ahead and fired a salvo, raising all airfare by a minimum $10 yesterday. It has not been matched by the other airlines, but I anticipate that could happen today. As we continue to see fuel prices rise for us, well, you know jet fuel is heading higher. That's what's going on here. If this $10 airfare sticks and is matched by the other airlines, it marked the second increase so far in 2012. The prices aren't getting any cheaper. In other words, if you know you're flying sometime later this year, I'd go ahead and book that airfare now, because I think it'll be more expensive the closer you get to it. Update on the whole robo-signing deal. Yesterday, the feds, the FCC, did sign regulations all but making robo-signing illegal. It's not legal on your cell phone, and now it's not legal on a landline either unless they have written consent from you that they can indeed robocall you. And how many people are signing up for that? Now, the written consent can be done online, so they could send you an online form that you go ahead and sign off on to be called. But really, so in other words, the FCC pretty much has made the practice of robocalling, for all intents and purposes, illegal. But if you are that person, by all means, go ahead and sign up and have fun. That is the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy yours, and we'll see you tomorrow.